let's take a look at this question. We're asked to express 7 cos x plus 4 sin x in the form k cos x minus alpha, and then use that to solve an equation. This is a standard wave equation. It can show up in paper 1 where you're expected to use your exact values, or like in this case, it can show up in paper 2 where you can use your calculator. The interval here is important. It tells us not only that we're working in degrees, but also that any solutions we find must lie between 0 and 360. Wave functions always follow a pretty standard pattern. So first thing we're going to do is rewrite k cos x minus alpha using our formula sheet. If we expand k cos x minus alpha, we end up with k cos x cos alpha plus k sin x sin alpha. The goal now is to match our coefficients. So we want to match cos x with cos x and sin x with sin x. So I compare this cos x with this cos x, and that tells me that k cos alpha is equal to 7. If I do the same for sin x, this sin x and this sin x leave me with k sin alpha equals 4. Next thing I have to do is find my value for k, and to do that I'm going to be using Pythagoras. So k is equal to the square root of 7 squared plus 4 squared, which when I put in my calculator gives me the square root of 65, which is approximately 8.1, rounding to the nearest 1 decimal point. Next thing we're going to have to do is find a value for alpha, and to do that we're using tan alpha. Keep in mind that tan is equal to sine over cos, so k sine alpha is 4 over k cos alpha, which is 7. Tan here, we're going to have to find our inverse, so we're using tan inverse of 4 over 7, or 4 divided by 7, and that gives us a value of approximately 29.7 degrees, again rounding to the nearest decimal point. We need to double check that that is the correct value. We have to go back to our cos and our sine and look at our cast diagram. Cos was positive 7, and cos is positive where they're all positive and where cos is positive. Sine was positive 4, so it was positive again where they're all positive and where sine was positive. So that means that that first initial answer of 29.7 was exactly what we were looking for. So we now need to rewrite this in the required form. So k is 8.1 cos x minus alpha, which is 29.7. So that is 7 cos x plus 4 sin x written in the correct form. Moving on to part B, we're going to substitute in what we've just found to create a new equation. So 8.1 cos x minus 29.7 is equal to 6. And that was why we had done that part A, so that we could set up a trig equation in terms of just one trigonometric function. I'm now going to solve this. So first I'm going to divide through by 8.1, and then I'm going to do cos inverse of that 6 over 8.1. That gets me 42.2 degrees. Again, that's rounding to 1 decimal point. If I go back up to where I had cos on its own, cos was positive value, so it's positive where they're all positive and where cos is positive. So that means in addition to that 42.2 degrees, I also have to subtract that from 360 to find my second value, keeping in mind that we're looking for within the range 0 and 360, so 317.8. Now that is for x minus 29.7. We want x on its own. So to do that, we're going to add that 29.7 to both our values, meaning our final answer is going to be 71.9 degrees and 347.5 degrees. So, final tip for exam success with wave function, make sure you follow your process. It may not be the same as the one you've seen in this video, but you have to tick off all these things in some order. Match your coefficients, find k using Pythagoras, find alpha using tan, remember tan is sine over cos, rewrite in the required form. If part B then wants you to apply something from part A, substitute it in and complete whatever it's asking you to do.